The Suncoast's only midday weekend news, right here on SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric Wilson filling in for Marco Lomano. Thanks for joining us on the SNN Weekend Edition. We'll have a look at your Suncoast Weather Authority coming up shortly, but first, let's get right into your top stories on the Suncoast and around the nation. The frantic search for a Florida 2-year-old who went missing after his mother was found slain in her apartment on Friday has sadly come to an end. St. Petersburg police announced that Taylon Mosley's body was found in the jaws of an alligator. Meanwhile, the boy's father has been charged with murder.
Family of both Taylon Mosley and Passion Jeffrey are grieving tonight after Taylon was found dead.
It is my condolences going out to the family and to his loved ones. We are sorry that it had to end this way.
St. Pete Police Chief Anthony Holloway said detectives saw an alligator with an object in its mouth at Del Holmes Park. That's across town from the apartment where Jeffrey was stabbed to death.
They fired one round to the alligator. The alligator dropped the object that he had in his mouth, and we were able to retrieve Taylon's body intact.
Taylon's father, Thomas Mosley, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for both Taylon and Passion's deaths.
We didn't want to find him this way, but at least we can bring some closure to that family now.
Earlier today, that family spoke about mother and son.
He's always calling his mom on his cell phone.
Yep, always.
He misses his mom. They call each other all the time. She really loves Taylon.
Police don't know how Taylon got to the lake or the cause of death for the toddler.
We just want to say that Taylon is a beautiful little boy. And he's really loving and caring.
Chief Holloway, Thomas Mosley is still in the hospital. Police said Wednesday the last time Passion and Taylon were seen alive was at Mosley's 21st birthday. All right, now let's check in with your weather with meteorologist Leslie London, who has your Weather Authority first forecast.
Thank you, Eric. We are off to another pretty nice looking start out there. You can see it behind me. Manatee Sky Cam, blue skies, a few clouds, but definitely already people are enjoying their weekend. We've had some very warm days lately. Those temperatures continue to be above average, and that is not going to change today. We are going to be nice and warm again. A lot of us in the mid-80s, closer to the water, and then as you start to go farther inland and not very far at all, we start creeping towards the upper 80s and even some 90s. 87 degrees for Sarasota high, Bradenton's high as well. 86 in Osprey, it'll be 83 in Venice. Now here's some bad news. Yesterday those dew points slowly climbed through the day, and at this point now we are definitely feeling that humidity. It's going to stay there through your entire Saturday. Now we do have a cold front coming very soon tomorrow morning. I would like to tell you that it's going to bring a lot of cool down, but it's really not. I'll give you all those details and what exactly it will do for us coming up.
All right, thank you, Leslie. A Suncoast Humane Society came up with a clever way to raise money for its animals, and SNN's Christy Sultan tells us how.
Where all the British flags and guards, you would think this is Buckingham Palace in England, but actually this is Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club, where the Humane Society of Lakewood Ranch had their annual Divas and Dogs fundraiser to help save animals in the community. This year, they chose the theme royalty for a significant reason.
Charles is being crowned king, and the Queen of England, Elizabeth, was such a big animal advocate with all her corgis and horses that we thought it'd be appropriate to have an English-British royal theme. So that's why we're doing this today.
To raise money, the fundraiser has multiple silent bids.
We have about 80 or 90 phenomenal silent auction baskets that were all donations from our local community. All the small businesses, spas, fabulous wine, a fabulous designer golf bag.
The Humane Society of Lakewood Ranch hopes to raise $75,000 today.
So all the money from this event will go directly to the animals and their care. So all of the animals that we take in, the dogs and cats, you know, we get them all fixed. We get their vaccines done, their microchips. They're all ready to go before they go home.
That's one way to raise money. In Lakewood Ranch, I'm Christy Sultan, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
All right, for anyone who wants to donate, you can check back on our website to find out how. Now, SNN's very own Sydney Rell walked in the Spark Runway Fashion Show, so she has the up-close story.
Here at the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota, over 20 models, including myself, had hair and makeup done and walked down this very runway in support of Safe Place and Rape Crisis Center.
We have 22 women models, 4 outfits each, so that's 84 changes. I have 4 men models with 2 outfits each and 6 student models.
So we help the models with their makeup, so it pops on stage, and we're also putting packets together for the women at the shelter. So there's about 20 women that we'll make packets for.
Spark's mission is to provide a safe haven and promote empowerment, awareness, and social change to end domestic and sexual violence.
This is just a special day. It's all of these people that are together. Domestic violence and sexual assault affect about 1 in 4 women in the United States. So at every table, there could be a couple of people that have experienced this. So it's really wonderful to come together in a positive way and raise support for this mission.
Each year, volunteers pick a new theme for the show. This year's theme was Timeless Treasures. In an emotional interview, one volunteer expressed how grateful she is to be a part of the event.
It's very amazing, and it makes me feel really good.
All of the proceeds earned directly benefit Spark.
She's asked me what it means for me to be a part of this. It's beautiful.
In Sarasota, I'm Sydney Rell, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
All right, more than 650 people attended that event. Now, a long-awaited project broke ground in Northport this morning, and yesterday morning. SNN's Brianna Boskert has details on the widening of Price Boulevard.
The main east-west artery through the city of Northport, 15,000 cars drive Price Boulevard each day.
For school, work, and to visit our businesses, aside from 71 and 41, it is the most important street in our city, and we're glad that we're making it better today.
City officials broke ground on a major 2 to 4 lane widening project Friday morning.
It will go up and down for about 2.8 miles of the actual Price Boulevard, and once it's done, you will see a better flow of traffic that will also aid as an evacuation route.
Stormwater from Hurricane Ian blew out all 4 bridge crossings, essentially separating the city into 4 sections.
That really impeded our safety response, our fire rescue safety response, our police response, and our public works response for the storm.
Public Works is now redesigning the crossings so they can hold up in future storms.
We're going to reinforce the crossings so if the water does come over top of the road, it doesn't wash it out. We'll also be changing the size of the pipes under the road to allow more water to move more quickly.
The project will take 14,000 tons of asphalt and nearly 10,000 feet of utility pipe.
This is getting funding out of Surtax 4, which was passed last November through a bond referendum. The voters not only approved the project, but they approved us to be able to borrow on the future surtax revenues. That's how we're able to start so quickly.
Price Boulevard will not be shut down during the process. 1 lane will stay open at all times. Reporting in Northport, Brianna Boskert, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
All right, now this underground work will begin next month, and the city is hoping to complete the project by 2027. And a Bradenton police officer has been fired following allegations against the police chief. Officer Patrick Mahoney was one of the 4 officers who filed complaints against Police Chief Bevan in August, claiming she encouraged an unlawful search and stealing from an officer. However, she was cleared of power abuse allegations in September. Northport Police Captain Gregory conducted a separate investigation into the allegations that were put forward by the officers and reported that several of the allegations lacked credible evidence, including Mahoney's. A jet aircraft had to make an emergency landing yesterday after it lost part of its wing mid-flight. Now, this jet landed safely at Tampa International Airport after its left winglet and part of the wing somehow fell off. Officials say the Cessna Citation was at 27,000 feet near St. Petersburg when the wing was damaged. The pilot, the only one on board at the time, glided the plane in with no mishaps despite damage to the wing. Well, coming up on the weekend edition here of SNN, Pope Francis' health is improving. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.